I killed my teammate? Oh, good. Wrong episode? No, it's not. Is this the right episode? It is, right? Let me just see. Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. 2 + 2. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
Attention gamers, previously on my hardcore WoW journey in Only Fangs, I visited the land of the big sexy elves to help an old friend get his pimping business off the ground by trying to cure one of his lazy employees who was also his daughter.
Yeah.
Howard and I had a brief breakup where I had a one-night stand with a burnt pig named Belly Grub before reuniting with my favorite black swine and letting him get his revenge. We had our first guild meeting, to which I still miss those brain cells I lost during that 3-hour Rage Yelp fest.
It's so crazy to me that they can have guild meetings that aren't full of a bunch of level 1s spamming. Like, because, like, anytime I had a guild meeting, this is the way that I could tell that my guild meeting was making the server lag, is that I said, jump if you think the 2020 election was rigged, and only 3 people started jumping. And what that told me was that the server was broken.
Festival. I entered the deadly forest where a patrolling diabetic elite jizz stain kills dozens of half AFK players every day, and I decided that I would be the one to stand up to him. Psych, it was all for the clip. Take notes, lazy ho, that's how to be a proper hooker. And while I promise you'll see the epic battle with the Stitch bitch soon enough, I have some dangerous matters to attend to before. I first had to find the proverbial Vladimir Putin of the Redridge Canyons, euthanize the rabbit and bring its paw back to some bumbling muppet, and while this mage wanted help, I wanted my glory, so my plan was to path through the low-level simp bunnies in a way where his younger ass couldn't follow, but he arrived in time to ask me to make this assassination into a group project. I remember how I felt when that Chinese bot gave me the shaft on the beach, so I let my people-pleasing personality get in the way of glory, but I figured I would get an intellect buff out of it, only to stand there waiting to be blessed like I was speaking a different fucking language before eventually deeming it a lost cause, just confirming that the biggest noobs play mages in this game.
Outstanding!
Anyways, the level...
So he couldn't... The guy didn't know what an intellect buff was? Classic brain. Like, you've got to understand that, like, classic players, they're really, really slow.
Guide that my virgin ass paid money for was now telling me to skip the next quest if I lack confidence, and I'm thinking clearly Tommy Salami doesn't read the papers if he thinks.
I'm gonna be honest, like, killing Fangor at the level appropriate solo is fucking hard.
That I think I'm a bitch, but I quickly learned it's because between the groups and the patrols you can quickly find yourself in a worse spot than a raw cucumber in an all-female prison, and this proved to be the case during one fight.
Jesus.
When Howard chose to be negligent after I told him to come back to me, deciding to invite the entire neighborhood over to say hey, and this was going to be the end. I thought my piece of shit pig was low. I had 2 on me with a caster coming, and there were logistical issues with my escape route, but that's when I remembered the wise words of Papa Soda.
Target dummies are required.
Ooh, there you go.
This bought me enough time to survive, and then even though Howard wasn't as lucky, a sexy elf who identifies as a cat agreed to be my interim pet until the battle was over.
About my Only Fangs?
Needless to say, I expected more out of Howard, but I also knew I was just as much to blame for being a bad trainer. This was where I lost my macro writing virginity, jotting down 2 genius lines of Elon Musk quality code that will one day save me and my raid from Howard's occasional attitude problems, and like a true software engineer I had to test my code. Howard sendeth, Howard come backeth, I would say, to ensure it would work, and after 2 minutes of feeling like a code hacker genius, I was ready to fuck up Fangor. This quest is supposed to be hard, but something about the adrenaline from my near-death experience and the confidence I got from writing code so good it could probably self-drive cars with a few more lines. This whole battle.
How is this guy better than somebody who's played the game for like 10 years? Like, this guy knows intellect buff for mage. The mage didn't even know that. Like, I honestly think that WoW actually brain rots you. He didn't play WoW. Like, every year that you play WoW, you get dumber.
Easy breezy beautiful cover girl. But me gracefully moonwalking through content was about to end, as my own survival was now going to rely on some random normies I hired off the streets to fight in the Redridge war against these trend-taking ogres, and considering our first pull was less organized than Asmongold's bedroom, I had my...
What the fuck are you trying to say? I knew where everything was in this room. That's where the Taco Bell stuff was. That's where my magic cards were. And that's the, that was a power strip. I think I still use that power strip, don't I? Where the hell is it?
Concerns. The mage was polymorphing targets with 3% health, and the warlock was playing his own solo adventure and fearing his mob into other orcs when he wasn't too busy
Warlocks are so stupid.
Disconnecting from the McDonald's Wi-Fi, so let's just say we weren't going to be pushing arena rating with this motley crew. But as a League of Legends player, I'm used to dealing with inbred donkey teammates, and so I figured I would just show how equipped I am to properly lead in a way that Ompi could only dream of.
Yep. Oh, a skull! That's
Assassination numero uno was in the books, and my second task with these twerps was to loot orbs off of the jacked ones wearing dresses.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's a high drop rate.
But for a lack of better words, shit got real when we entered the castle.
What? Why?
Another group was trying to rescue Fiona Slay the Dragon too, and I decided to be chivalrous while arranging a safe plan to collude so that everyone would get their nut. This was great until we somehow nabbed the tag and they got pissy and decided to flee the crime
looks like we
scene.
go first, LOL.
What started as a 2-group raid to kill a single elite mob was now a board-certified fuck fest, and there were about to be casualties. The startled Muppet
Ooh, is this loser gonna die?
was running away from us and behind walls, making any chance of receiving
4
heals a
health,
pipe dream.
and he got
He had
bopped.
2 on him with 4 health when I randomly had a revelation.
Target dummies.
I pinned that shit like a tail on a donkey, watched the focus target of Angry Orc number 4 swap to it, and I'm proud to say, we all survived the epic shitfest of Stonewatch Keep.
Man, that guy deserved to die. I hate it when they live when I don't think they should live. It's one of the worst
Legend
feelings.
has it that other group who abandoned ship is still fleeing like vaginal cowards to this day.
Pussy!
At this point I had to head back to the laggy city because some shit was going down in the Stormwind basement and some arrogant douchebag needed help.
You probably won't make a difference.
Turns out the refugee Defias shitstains from the gang war I won in Westfall were captured and being held down there to serve as the presumptuous royal family slaves, and yes, I'm allowed to say that because they were all white. The orders were to slaughter these shitters, and aside from a slight disagreement on how fast or slow we should...
That's actually true. I'm thinking about it in Stockades. Yeah, they are all white. Yeah, you're right.
...be doing it as if my group was a married couple arguing in the bedroom. The mission was a great success.
I must say, after a half hour, I hardly expected you to come out.
I wanted to tell that one-eyed bastard that it was actually only 23 minutes, but after having successfully led 2 teams through group content, I had some words for someone else.
Do you actually think you'll be the better hunter in Only Fangs?
Do you actually think you'll be the better hunter? Oh, dude, I'm gonna smash. Yeah, don't worry about me. I just want to show you something, okay? This is what you're up against. We're talking about clearing MC.
Now for those of you
Wow. Wow, look at those numbers. Holy shit.
WoW players, his response in the form of a flex was not only like repping a proud badge of unintentional celibacy, but it was also pretty much the equivalent of showing that he scored a 1600 on his SATs, and effectively no one in the world has done better. But what he didn't know was what he was up against.
Dude, yo, Rav is, what the fuck? This guy Rav is juiced.
That's right, a blushing hunter who may or may not have run out of arrows and had to resort to playing melee hunter for half the dungeon. To which I still top charts, bitch, so all I'm saying is it's going to be lonely.
I don't know how some people don't know how to play this fucking game. Like, it's actually so crazy. Like, I see the comments on, like, some of my videos, and there's people that are, like, getting mad at me. They're like, bro, well, of course they was able to clear the dungeon. They all got fiery enchants. They got all the fiery fucking gear. It's a joke. I'm kidding you. I'm not kidding. Like, what is wrong with people?
At the top, for me.
20-year-old game.
Meanwhile, my other guildies were throwing a raging house party in Goldshire when Papa Soda was out of town, and considering the amount of drugs and sex that was taking place,
God.
some of the officers were not happy.
We are in Only Fangs, man. Take some
And as a role model in this guild, I just want to say I don't condone this partying behavior, and I'm disappointed in anyone who was there instead of leveling. And seeing how our
it's just crazy to me to see the way that like they do guild events, because like whenever we do a guild event, there are like probably 5 times as many people there and 5 times less people that even give a fuck. It's basically whenever we have an event, it's like the Kai Cenat PS5 giveaway. Everybody's there. Nobody gives a fuck about the PS5s. They're just there to ruin everything and cause trouble. For real. Personally, yeah, it's just it's the scourge.
behavior, and I'm disappointed in anyone who was there instead of leveling. And seeing how our fearless leader knew I was grinding my short dwarf dick off instead of partying, he met me deep in the moist marshes and gave me a gift.
Ooh, what's in the box? What's in the box? Is it bleach? Wow. Holy shit.
I didn't know how to thank him, and all I could think of was to show him that when he said,
Target dummies are required.
I listened. Now since I know my audience isn't all WoW geeks, let me explain the reason why I was jizzing my pants over this item.
What do you mean? It's purple. The name is purple. If it's purple, then it's good.
For starters, it was purple quality, which outside of some rare super virginity scenarios is the best type of item you can get in the game, and second, it was a weapon. The combination of these two things meant that it would sell for over $1 to a local bow connoisseur, and I'd be 1% closer to getting my mount.
Farewell.
It was
well,
also around this time that I hit level 30. This meant I could meet up with a slender male elf sex doll in the middle of bumfuck Ashenvale to learn an ability called Feign Death. And the best way I can describe why this is valuable is that I can now tell a diabetic deformed penguin that his chick has a fatty and then be like, "Op, just kidding homie," and he won't want to beat me up anymore.
Wow.
If people want to ignore Howard and his contributions, I can now let them hit voicemail and say, "You will be dealing with my pig from now on." Anyways, I had one final piece of business in this fantasy land forest, and that was to finally help my homeboy cure his daughter / stripper lover of her AIDS. He claimed this was finally the medicinal fix to her whoring around. I wasn't impressed, but I couldn't stay any longer, as I had to meet up with a few guildies for an organized coup against the civilized pigs in the Razor Fen Crawl. But as we were waiting, I was presented with a proposal. A duel to the death, guildie versus guildie. Loser will have to delete their character. These are strictly prohibited in the guild, as the one and only time this happened before, Dad's reaction went something like this.
You're both at fault. You are both at fault. I do not give a why?
He is a coward buff.
Oh god! Okay, I'm gonna go.
And after sinking over 50 hours of game time into this character, there was only one thing to do.
There's no way he didn't do it. Wait. He did it? Do cheetah, cheetah, do the cheetah, do the cheetah. Oh. Oh. Faint. Oh my god. I think he's gonna kill him, because he's still got a potion too. Oh.
Some may call it the start of a villain arc.
Damn. What a fucking bitch. Wow.
Arc. Others may say it was heartless, but everyone will now respect Rav's wrath.
There it is. That was so fucking good. I was like, there's no way he's just gonna randomly take this duel. But he did. Yeah, oh my god, this is so good. Jesus. I've been playing WoW. Wait, what's this here? He's been playing WoW for a very long time. Oh, I don't know if he has or not. I just think it's fucking hilarious either way. Yeah, I love seeing people like that get destroyed. Oh, it's hilarious. One more. Oh, we'll watch another one tomorrow, guys. Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah, don't worry. These are so fucking good, man. There's the video. Make sure to give it a like. I want to see a lot more of these. Do you guys think they're ever going to make it? Like, I think that what's going to end up happening is that there's only going to be like 10 actual streamers that make it to level 60 in Raid, and it's going to be 30 Orbiters. It'll be like 10 streamers, 30 Orbiters, and they'll clear half of Molten Core once.